That's right.
19, Golden Tempo, Jose Ortiz.
Number 19 is Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo, who likes to lumber along early in races, likes to slumber too. Trainer Cherie DeVos says her Derby debut colt is cool and kind, but that he loves to take naps. I'll speak for everyone this week. We are all envious of Golden Tempo. Number 19.
Listen, I want the horse that's well rested. Let's go with this boy. Golden Tempo, 19.
Yep.
I'm good with it.
Pavlovian, Edwin Mullada.
And so I adopted a plan. My plan was to bet $3,000 to win on Golden Tempo. You know, people told me that, hey, you just looked down at the last second and you bet that horse because that was the right horse, you know, for pot odds. That is not the case. I started thinking about making that bet 2 weeks ago.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go.
I knew that Golden Tempo was going to be 20 to 1 plus. And I knew if I could just take one entry around 3,000, I was going to make that win bet. That's the horse that I liked. So on my office that I sit in, and I watch the races on my computer. But, you know, for a day like the Kentucky Derby, I also have my TV on in the living room. So I'll watch the feed from the track on my computer, and I'll have NBC on, although I spend the whole day screaming at NBC. Stop showing the guy with the hat and the excitable, you know, thing, and interview a trainer. You know, but listen, I understand they're trying to get people to watch that aren't hardcore, you know, players like I am. But you know, I want to see as many trainer interviews during the day. And earlier, when Cherie DeVos ran Englishman, they asked her, how did Golden Tempo wake up this morning? And she said, oh, it was a typical wake up for Golden Tempo. He woke up and then he went right back and took a nap. And I know it's crazy, but they had a lot of people saying that Further Ado had a ton of energy every time he went on the track. And the more they said that, the more I said about Further Ado. You don't want a horse like that on Derby Day.
That's right. Absolutely.
On Derby Day, these horses go from seeing 3 people their whole lives to 150,000 drunk people all at once. And some horses get through it and some horses don't. And I want a horse that just took a nap. You know what I mean? Who seems unaffected by it, rather than a horse who's, you know, looking around and amped up. Because some of these horses, by the time they get to the gate, already, wasted their races. I mean, if you look at that chart after it's over, look at some of these horses. I don't know what speed figures you guys like to use, buyer or whatever it is, but you know, if they were running 98 buyers, all of a sudden on Saturday they ran a 78 buyer. You know, good horses don't do that. They run close to their fast numbers. That's why they're good horses. But the unbelievable number of horses on Derby Day that run a really, really bad race that day because of the circumstances. If you want to try to find a horse that you feel is gonna be good in that situation. And one of the things is that you never know until, you know, they get over there.